Q4 is around the corner, and if you're not preparing yet, this is the last call to start preparation. We've hit a big Q4 for many brands, achieving performance like this, and this last year. And in this video, I will give you a preparation framework so you're well equipped for this Q4 and can really drive it home. I'll go over all important key dates, offer creation, Q4 creatives, targets you need to calculate, and other details. So first, looking at the timeline. The funny thing about Q4 is that really most of the months is just promo into promo, and you just rebrand the promo and adjust your offer slightly. This usually goes from 20th of October until early November. And from here, brands have usually two paths they can follow. One is lead generation and running Black Friday ads only on Black Friday. The other one is actually running pre-Black Friday ads and then running the main offer also on Black Friday. Now, why do brands go for the first or the second option? So in general, people in November know that Black Friday is around the corner and they are very hesitant to buy stuff because they know that at the end of the month, they will have a much better offer and get everything at a bargain. This is why if you don't prepare well, performance can usually dip a bit or even a lot before Black Friday for the whole of November. Now, if you go for the lead gen strategy, what you do is actually basically playing into this dynamic of people waiting to get a bargain. You don't try to sell your products directly anymore, but you just say, hey, here's our Black Friday list, here's our offer, sign up for our best offer, for early access, for guaranteed access to our limited edition, whatever your offer is. And then people just sign up, leave their email, and then you can spam them with your emails and get them to convert like that. Now, the second strategy is actually getting people to buy before the official Black Friday. And to incentivize people buying before Black Friday, even though they might know that on Black Friday they get a better offer, brands often run pre-Black Friday offers or early Black Friday offers throughout the whole November to make sure that people actually stop waiting for Black Friday only, but actually buy already now. Now, both of those strategies have their benefits, but in general, if you ask me what to go for, I rather tend for the second strategy because Black Friday, Cyber Monday itself is only 4 days. So this pre-Black Friday period is actually ideal to test different creatives, test your offer, validate everything, and then run it big during Black Friday, because if you have not validated what you run during those 4 days, you can literally miss out on millions of profits. Now let's take a look at the timeline if you actually run the early Black Friday offer. The structure I recommend is running the Halloween or the fall promo from the 20th of October until the beginning of November, like 2nd, 3rd November. Then the early Black Friday offer from beginning of November to like the 10th or 15th of November. There you can step up your offer and basically run a stronger offer so that people actually see, hey, during the fall promo, we had, let's say, 15% off. Now during the early Black Friday offer, we have 20% off, and all the creatives say early Black Friday sale or VIP early access sale or Black Friday sale. So they think, okay, this is actually the real offer. There is nothing better to come. So I better buy now as long as stock is available. But there will be, of course, always a portion of people who still wait because they think something better is to come. And those people will certainly wait until Black Friday itself or early Black Friday, the actual early Black Friday when brands run their strongest offer. And now I recommend doing that actually not from literally Black Friday, not from the 28th of November, but already from the 17th or the 20th of November, so we have actually 1/3 of the month running with the strongest offer. Whoever was skeptical during the early access VIP sale will see now, as soon as you're branded into just Black Friday sale, okay, this is actually the real deal. Let's say the percentage off went from 20% to 30%. Okay, this is actually the real offer, and they will buy in this time period. Again, this also gives you a good head start, a whole week to validate strongest creatives so you can serve scale them and day trade with them in your ad accounts during those 4 days, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you just keep those ads running. Of course, you have your strongest offer in place and you actually serve scale. If you want a guide on serve scaling and how to actually scale up to insane budgets within just 1 day on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, just make sure to subscribe because I will make a video about it in time before Black Friday. Now, after Black Friday, people usually spend a lot. So this is when some brands experience the post-Black Friday hangover and performance just drops off the cliff. This is when you want to rebrand the sale again from Black Friday into something like holiday sale, extended holiday, or towards end of December, the New Year's promo. When it comes to the offer, let's say you had 30% off during Black Friday, you again want to weaken it a bit to not come off as a discount brand. And if you've been running at 30% off, let's say reduce it to 25 or 20%, and that you keep running until the end of the year and early next year, and you just rebrand it into holiday sale or New Year's sale. Now that's for the timeline, and this is how you want to structure it. The next question you might have is, of course, about the offers. How can I actually determine what kind of offer to run? In general, always apply the rule, the simpler, the better. I've talked to brands who want to have like insane, like tiered discount steps. They want to have conditional, if you get this, you get this gift, but if you get this, you get those 2 other gifts, and so on. This is all just confusing. The truth is that all people just expect a good deal on Black Friday. So something as simple as site-wide 50% off performs actually the best. But apart from that, there are also other offers that you can run. Classic one is X dollars off a certain product. This is also very easy to intensify and then weaken later. For example, during the fall promo, you can have $30 off. During early Black Friday or like the VIP early access sale, you can have $40 off. During Black Friday, let's say $70 off, and then the extended holiday sale again back to $40 off. The next one, again, very simple, X% off. Super popular. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. This is what really attracts people if you just give X% off. It works even better so if you usually never give percentage discounts. So if you position yourself as a premium brand and stayed away from this up until now, this would be a good time to actually utilize it just for Black Friday, just for Q4, to make a lot of money and keep your non-discount brand image after the end of the year. Another strong one is buy X, get X free. For example, buy 1, get 1 free. If on average people usually buy 2 or 3 products of yours instead of just 1, this also can make sense. This is basically just the same as X% off, but reformulated into, hey, you actually get 1 for free instead of 50% off. This can make sense based on your product economics. You just have to calculate through which one makes more sense. Another one that I recommend is giving a free gift. This especially makes sense to get even more order value from each website visitor once you get them on the site. So you can hook them in, for example, with something like site-wide 30% off. And then once they add to cart, they see, hey, when you actually order for such a value, let's say order this or this item in addition, you also get this free gift. Another good one, free shipping. This is also very common for brands to add during Q4, also in addition to the current promo. And that's pretty much it. I have here some other offers in the slideshow, but those are more complicated and less suited for Black Friday and Q4. Now again, once you have your offer clear, you want to make at least 3 to 4 different intensity levels of that offer. Again, very simple to do with X% off, because then you can give them just a certain percentage off during the fall promo, then more during early Black Friday, then during actual Black Friday the most, and then during the holiday sale for Christmas and for New Year a bit less again, but still a certain percentage off. But you can also, for example, do first buy 1 get 1 free, later it gets buy 1 get 2 free, which might be insane, but maybe it makes sense for your brand. And then again, back down to buy 1 get 1 free. And the same with a certain dollar amount off, and so on. Now, after you have determined your offer, you also want to not skip a very important step. And that is actually calculating your new break-even ROAS and your new target ROAS during all your promos in Q4. Because let's say on average you had a ROAS of $140, then cost of goods, let's say $50, shipping and handling to customers, let's say $10. That gives us a gross profit margin of 57%, gross profit per AUV $80, and your break-even ROAS would be 1.75. Now let's say your target customer cost per acquisition is $45. That would be a target ROAS of 3.11. Now this is generally true, but now if you run your offer, for example, let's say your Black Friday offer is 30% off. This is not true anymore, because if you just say, okay, this is ripping, my offer is ripping, I'm getting a ROAS of like 4, let's scale this, you actually might be just scamming yourself, because even though your ROAS is higher, your profit with this 30% off offer is actually lower. So it might happen that you actually run on way higher revenue, but you run on lower profit than usual. And this is how many brands burn themselves during Q4. What you want to do is really calculate exactly what ROAS you need to hit with your new offer to actually be more profitable. So let's say your offer is actually 30% off. Then what you want to do is just calculate. If you have 30% off site-wide, you want to calculate 140 times 0.7, because that is what your new expected AUV is, and that gives us 98. So you put in here 98, the rest, like cost of goods, shipping and everything, stays the same. Suddenly the break-even ROAS is not at 1.75 anymore, but 2.58. If you keep acquiring customers now at $45, your target ROAS dips below your break-even ROAS, and this is definitely not where you want to scale. So you want to adjust your target CPA. With a strong offer like that and higher costs, it makes sense to actually set a lower CPA target. For example, $30, now your target is 3.27 or $25, and then your target ROAS is closer to 4 ROAS. And this is completely reasonable because you actually need to spend a lot more to just break even and then make a profit on top of that. So you really want to find a good balance point in terms of targets and not scale based on your old target ROAS and your old break-even ROAS, but look at the new numbers. And this is what you want to plan ahead for each offer stage, because you will have different offer stages, right? You will have the fall promo, then you will have the early Black Friday promo, then you will have the Black Friday promo, and then the extended holiday sale. And for each of those stages, you want to calculate your new break-even ROAS and your new target ROAS. And you want to scale based on those metrics. Otherwise, you might burn yourself and actually lose money when you could have made millions during this Q4. Now, after you've determined your offers and also your new metric numbers based on those offers and your new KPI, let's take a look at the creative side. For the creative, it's really simple, because during Black Friday, you don't want to test. It's only 4 days. There's no testing to be made. Every single test that you had, every single idea should have happened before that. In September and early October is the last time to test, and after that you just want to run with what's proven during Q4. So it's always a very easy win is to actually use your existing winning ads and repurpose them for Black Friday. Those always hit very well. For example, if you have a winning static ad, just take literally the same format, just change the colors to black and white because Black Friday, and change the copy to Black Friday sale and your offer. For example, Black Friday sale, 70% off. Super simple, super straightforward. Simplicity sells. Or if you have a proven video ad, literally just add a banner on top that says Black Friday, 50% off. And then below that you have your video running, and that alone is really enough. This is really great. Now, apart from that, there are also some ad formats that you can test during early Black Friday to run them for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, those 4 days. I have a swipe file here that we use for that purpose of proven ads from the previous years from different brands, and here you can see most of them are really simple. Again, up to 69% off Black Friday, and then just a product image. Those ads are really always a banger, just product image and your offer. They always convert because the offer ads are for your bottom of funnel anyway, so you don't need any explanation about your product, you don't need any long videos. Whoever knows about your product and wants to buy, they will buy if they get a good offer, and this is what the purpose of this ad is. And if they need a new explanation, they will probably not convert anyway because they have their other favorite brands that they will go to and buy whatever they wanted to buy and spend their money on those brands. Here again you see just Black Friday sale, product image, prices, basically the offer even visualized, and that's it. Here again 50% off site-wide, product image, waterproof jewelry. Here we have one USB, very straightforward. Another great ad format is literally just having Black Friday and the offer as a hook. So here we have 30% off site-wide Black Friday sale, and then we have this branded video on top of it. This is of course not completely new footage, but also already based on proven footage and proven content and proven video ads that this brand has been running. And you see with the videos, this pattern repeats. So here up to 40% off. And then they just have a slideshow of their products. Again, this is basically the classic product image plus offer, static button in video format. And here we have the banner plus proven video format. So you definitely want to prepare these kind of ad formats. In general, Black Friday creatives are ultra simple. You just combine your best ads with the offer, or your product image with the offer, or let's say even here you see brand logo, Black Friday up to 70% off, shop now. That's literally it. It's extremely simple. This kind of style was actually a top performer for one of the brands that we hit a good Q4 with last year. There wasn't even a product image, just this kind of font, and up to 70% off was the hook. Here again another example of a banner ad. You get the point here. Now once you have prepared your offer timeline, the actual offer, the intensity of the offer, and the different levels that you want to go through, the numbers that you need to hit, and the creatives, you also of course want to make sure that you actually have enough stock for each product. So now you have the key dates, potential offers, the intensity of the offers, and the creatives that will perform during Q4. If you wonder what kind of creatives to prepare for the fall promo and for the Christmas sale, it's literally the same kind of ads, but you need to rebrand them to look differently, to repackage them, to use different colors to fit the sale. For example, during the fall promo, use orange. During the Christmas promo, use green and red, and so on. Very straightforward. Now, if you want to hit a big Q4 this year and don't have a partner yet, this is the last week when we are actually onboarding brands to hit a big Q4 together. Later it will be too late because there's just too much preparation that needs to be made. So if you're interested in that, click the first link in the description and schedule a call with me where we can discuss. Keep scaling. Bye.